Well, Charlie Kirk just definitely schooled yet another college lib.
Do you not think it is in the greater interest of this country at large that its citizens are as educated as possible to therefore be able to participate in that
I
system?
think they should be as wise as possible, and I don't think that education and wisdom are the same thing.
Yeah,
in fact,
I understand.
I think college disincentivizes the cultivation of wisdom.
In the age where there is such a hypersaturation of, and we've seen this, like extremely polarizing, different, like people are getting their news from wildly different sources.
Yes.
People just don't interact with the other side at all. Do you think that being an autodidact in any sense of the term is going to give you a thorough and rigorous education if you are so likely to end up sucked into these holes where you're never interacting
that's not my
with people
only form of learning. I meet a lot of cool people. I learn from people like you and others. I mean, I'm listening when you're talking. It's not just a shtick. You haven't won me over on any of it, but you had an opportunity to. But I'm glad you attempted to. But yeah, I mean, you learn in other ways other than just sitting in a classroom, listening to a professor drone on for 90 minutes and pretending to read his book and paying $20,000 a semester to cheat on the exam at the end of the semester.
I think college is what you make of it. I
agree. So is life.
People are selling themselves short on their education if they don't.
You can listen to as many podcasts as you want. You can meet interesting people. And
academia does have an actual level of You have to prove that you're worth your salt, at least to have peer-reviewed papers published, which you don't have to do to start a podcast.
If you get a PhD, yes, but hold on. So is your contention that I'm not informed or not worldly or not wise? I want to be clear.
I'm not making any claims about your specific level of being informed. I'm saying the general rhetoric on the right against education, against higher education specifically.
Why do you think it is? Is it because you think we hate smart people, or is it that there's something happening here that we really think is troubling?
I think it's much easier to control people who are less educated.
See, now you're a conspiracy theorist. So, no, it's...
Anti-intellectualism is a hallmark of fascism.
Do you think we're against higher education because it largely has created an ungrateful, unprepared generation that goes into the American body politic and does not share the core American values of freedom of speech, gratitude for our founding, consent of the governed? In fact, it's hyper-radical. And it's against our traditions, our norms, and our customs, and it's created massive fissures.
Okay, so this is what I have to say about this, and this is very interesting to me. It's interesting to me that a lot of the kids on the college campuses nowadays think that a lot of the people that are anti what is going on in the college and university system are anti-education and anti-higher education. That could not be less of the case. The thing that people are really, truly, fundamentally against is the sort of left-wing, far-left indoctrination that happens on these college campuses and universities. That is the stuff that people are against. And the fact of the matter is that most of the staff, most of the administrators, most of the professors, most of the people that are running these institutions are not only left, but very far left. They have a very far left ideology that they are now teaching to these students under the guise of education. And these students are going out into the world not prepared, angry, basically hating anybody that doesn't share their point of view. And as we have seen with everything that's going on in corporate culture, these things are having a negative effect on free speech in corporate culture. These things are having a negative effect on the rights of people who have different viewpoints in corporate culture. It has all gone completely insane. Charlie was right about this when they started Turning Point. I think it was back in 2012. And I've done some stuff with Turning Point in the past and with Charlie. What they were right about is that what's going on the college campuses has a direct effect in our culture and in our society at large as these people go into the workforce.